done 20 million videos. I haven't uploaded any of them. Main reason is because they're either too long because I go on a bit of a rant, or they don't edit right. I'm still getting to grips with this editing stuff. So I thought I'd just wrap it up into a few minutes of video and post this instead. There's been a lot going on. I'm in the middle of doing tax, and it's just so monotonous and boring, and it's just not the most fun to do. It's really boring. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. Work has been taking up a lot of my time. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the skating world with qualifications for the Olympics. I don't know if you guys have seen, but the American Olympic selection was a bit all over the place. Didn't really understand what was going on. They decided to select first, second, and third from the nationals in the ladies, but first, third, and fourth from the men's, with the first reserve going to sixth place, I think it was, and the second reserve going to second. Like, I just don't get it. Poor Ross Minor should be going to the Olympics. I really do agree. I really do believe that. So really happy for Brady Tennell and Mirai Nagasu, because they obviously have worked really hard. Brady Tennell seems to have just come out of nowhere. Mirai Nagasu had a nightmare, bless her. Last time she was training, she's gone away, she's reinvented herself, she's come back, and she skated a blinder. She really did well. And Karen Chen as well, well done to her. She's actually, bless her, she's set up a GoFundMe page for her family to travel to Pyeongchang to watch her in the Olympics, which I think is a really sweet idea. Skating isn't a cheap sport. It's really, I mean, it's just really expensive in this country. I don't know what the situation is in other countries with funding, but it's not the cheapest sport in the world to do anyway. Equipment, skates, dresses, coaching, blah, blah, blah. So it all adds up. It adds up real quick. So that was the ladies. The men's, as I say, I was just really gutted for Ross Minor. It was just such a shame to see that he wasn't chosen after skating so well in nationals, finishing second, and then not even getting first reserve. Like, it blows my mind, and I'm really pleased for the people who did get chosen. They're all really amazing skaters. It's just really bittersweet for me, because I just think Ross Minor should be going. It's the second time he's finished second at nationals. He skated great, really nice. I think we all knew Nathan Chen was going to get picked. I think Nathan Chen probably could have finished last and still would have got picked. I don't think you can really afford to say no to someone who's got 5 quads in their programme. So that went well. Canadian nationals are going on as we speak. Russian nationals, I don't know what's going to happen with that, because obviously there is the doping scandal with Russia. They're not allowed to go to the Winter Olympics, just like they weren't allowed to go to Rio in 2016 for the Summer Olympics. So the Russians, especially in the ladies, the Russians are a force to be reckoned with, and the fact that they are not allowed to go and represent their country, it is a shame. It's a real shame, but obviously, it's a IOC decision. It's an IOC decision for the best of the Olympics, and unfortunately, that does mean that some really, really class class act skaters are not going to be able to compete unless they decide to go and compete as neutral athletes. So that's really sad. If they decide to go, I can't see the two girls at the top of their game at the minute, Alina Zagitova and Evgenia Medvedeva. Can't see them not being at the top, but they've got to decide to go first. And I would imagine that's a really difficult decision, whether you know, every little girl dreams, or every little child who's got a sport, they dream of growing up and going to the Olympics to represent their country. And to not be able to represent your country it must be really sad. And both those girls are really young still as well, so it's a shame. We'll have to see what happens. But if none of the Russian athletes go, that leaves medals wide open. Who knows? I'd love to see the two Canadian girls, Gabrielle Dalleman and Caitlin Osmond. I'd love to see them come out with something, because I think they're great, so powerful. So I'd like to see them come out with something. I would like to see, I think either way, the men's is probably going to be something like Nathan Chen, Yuzuru Hanyu, Fernandez, maybe Patrick Chan. There's a few in there who it could be. It's just a little bit of a shame to me now that people with good performance, people with great execution of their footwork and their transitions and their skating skills, it all just gets thrown to the curb now, because if you don't have 80 million quads in your program as a male athlete, you're not going to be on the podium, not going to be there. Base values for quads are in and above sort of 12 to 15 points, and as soon as you've got one in combination or two in combination, it's game over. It's game over, as long as your skating skills don't completely suck, of course. But I can't imagine that your skating skills would be that horrendous if you could go and pull out quad lutz triple toe and then, you know, plod along with the rest of your program like you're a beginner. I can't see that myself. So yeah, that's the run up to the Olympics. I did say I was going to start talking about skating a little bit more. It's a shame there's not a lot of British representation, but hopefully that's going to change over the next few years up to the next Olympics. That would be great. Penny and Nick going into their third Olympics, I think I've got that right. I was lucky enough to meet them a couple of times over the last couple of years, to be fair. They've been great. They've really supported my skaters. They actually left a video message, which was just the nicest thing. That was very inspirational to my skaters. And then they spoke to them when we were at the British Championships. They actually agreed to have a little chat with them and have some photos taken. So that was really lovely. So that's about it. Update as far as my health goes, there's not a lot to tell. There's not a lot to tell at the minute. I'm really struggling with pains in my head. You can see I'm wrapped up. Got jumpers and cardies and polos on. I don't know whether it's a cold or what, but I keep getting a lot of pains in the back of my head. And it's just not cool. It's just not cool. That was sneaky way to get around that yawn then. Just keep talking and it'll go away. Yeah, so there's a few more tests being done. There's not really a lot to report at the minute. I'm still in lots of pain. I feel like I need a bit of a makeover, so I'm enlisting the help with a couple of my friends on that one. Might film some of that when it comes to it. I feel like I need a change, so maybe a change of hair colour, maybe change of style. I don't know. I just feel like I need a bit of a change, bit of a pick me up. So yeah, that's about it. Um, I need to go and get back on with all this paperwork. It's just not my favourite thing to do. And then later on, going to see the parentals, go and say hi to them. Got work. I'm a busy girl. I haven't even got time to go to the gym today, which, well, it sucks, but I don't know how much of a good idea it would be with all these stabbing pains in the back of my skull. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I hope you all had a great Christmas and a New Year, because I've not posted anything since then. And yeah, I'll catch you soon, I guess. See ya.